This is a story about words unsaid, and the healing that comes not from being heard, but from speaking anyway. For anyone who's ever reached out and heard only silence in return, this is for you. Once, in a quiet town stitched between trees and time, lived a woman who carried a sealed letter in her coat. It wasn't addressed with stamps or street names, but with hope, fear, and final things left unsaid. She didn't walk like someone going somewhere. She drifted like fog along a shoreline. The letter wasn't paper. It was a bird made of folded moments, pressed down by years of waiting. A bird with clipped wings, waiting to fly. The woman once knew someone who taught her silence by example, a mother who loved like a closed window, always there but never open. She was raised in rooms where apology was swallowed and affection rationed. They hadn't spoken in years. But the ache remained. One day she sat at the edge of their lake, pen in hand, and wrote what she could never say aloud. "You hurt me," she wrote, "but I think you were hurting too. I needed you to see me, but I'm starting to see myself now." The words weren't angry. They were a quiet offering. A flower laid at the door of a locked house. She folded the letter like a paper boat, sealed it with trembling fingers, and walked it to the old postbox at the corner near the sycamore tree. As she slid it in, a breeze lifted. Not cold, not warm, just present. She walked away not lighter but rooted. Days passed, then weeks. Then a season turned its back. No reply came, no call, no recognition, only the same wind, the same silence. But something strange began to grow in that silence. Peace. Not all at once, but in tiny sprigs, like green cracking through stone. She realized the letter was never meant to be read by her mother. It was written for her own release. A ritual of truth. A burial of blame. She wasn't seeking forgiveness anymore. She was giving it to herself. She returned to the lake that summer, sat where she once wrote, and in her lap, she folded another letter, blank this time, folded it like a bird, then let it ride the breeze across the water. This one wasn't meant to land anywhere, just fly. Sometimes healing means letting go of the listener and becoming the voice. In the quiet that followed, she no longer checked the mailbox. She gardened, she laughed in shorter bursts. She wrote, not to be read, but to feel, and the space once filled with longing now held something more sacred. Peace earned through presence. Not all letters need replies. Not all doors will open. But sometimes the act of knocking, that brave reaching out, is enough to free you. If you're holding on to something unsaid, consider writing it. Not for them, but for you. Burn it. Send it. Keep it. Fold it into a bird. Let it carry you. Have you ever written something no one read, but it still changed you? Share a piece of your story in the comments, or just leave a folded bird emoji. Someone else might need to know they're not the only one. Thank you for listening. This was The Letter That Was Never Read, and it still mattered.